Look here, peoples. Okay. This is Midsummer, who looks absolutely horrible because I chose the wrong face before I had downloaded the Warlords of Draenor model pack. This is not how he normally looks, but look, Midsummer here is one of my eldest druids. I made him back in the day on actual retail WoW in about mid-Burning Crusade. And he was made solely for the purpose of a weapon. The Molten Claws. Okay. My dad had got one back in the day, and when I saw that weapon, I'm like, I need a druid with that. Why a druid? I don't know. You would have to ask 11-year-old me why a druid would need a, molten claw fist weapon. That's beyond me. That pretty much tells you how little understanding I had of the druid. Well, fast forward, okay, here we are in 2025. I'm on this dang single-player project, and I realize I have not been on an actual druid in forever. We've been messing around with the Moonkin melee druid, but not an actual druid. So watch my inexistent druid skills in action on this heavily geared druid be put to complete waste because I can't play old casters. Maybe. If I spam Moonfire and Insect Swarm enough with Fairy Fire, I might do okay. Probably not. Make sure you hit that subscribe button. Check out all the links in the description. You might find some stuff you might like. With that being said, let's go. Alrighty, here we go. Just made a post not too long ago of the new designs that has been created. It has not been uploaded yet, so at this moment in time, I do not know of the reception quite yet. We shall see. Oh, somebody coming. Undead priest. Yikes. Get a priest. That's where I think we may have a bit of struggle here. 1300. That's some pretty good damage, but I need. Let me at least kill her before we go. They gonna really? I just got hold. That's what that was. I can't spawn bugs in Moonkin form. What kind of crap is that? Oh, you sucker! Resist this, hoe. Yikes. Yikes. I'll say, yo, mage, heal a brother up one of these days. I said mage. Yeah, if I was depending on a mage to get a heal. Why the frick he keep hitting me so dang hard, man? I hate that these fools got all these dang world buffs on. I ain't never been, out of all my years of playing vanilla, I ain't never been hit that hard that many times. Okay, I done fought a lot of frost mages in my time. My damage is whack as fuck. Is that normal? You know, this is very spammable, but they're also getting a lot of heals. I might log out of this room. This ain't gonna work. Aha, got back in the same game, baby, but we on a warrior this time. Wait, let me put my world buffs on. Can't forget. Now, for those who might be new, what I just did there was I used the stats that every world buff gives you because for whatever dang reason, matter of fact, I can show you. Just for a little bit of proof, if somebody don't believe, as you can see, every single one of them always has every world buff on. Why? I do not know. I couldn't tell you if I tried. Fury warrior activity, baby. Come on. Come on, little magey mage. Put that dang shield on. Nah, stop that, homie. Oh, shoot, I didn't slow him. I got two mages on me. I'm popping. What's the name? Two of you suckers gonna die, ain't it? Fucking love warriors. Another mage? Let me breathe! Turn around, I'm scullying you, boy. I don't know what that means because a scully is a dang hat, but it sounded like something. Okay, I got saved. I don't know if I was gonna die in that situation, but backup is always better than nothing, okay? Alright, boom, we in the same game, but we on a character I can actually play, a warrior. I could already tell that druid was not gonna work. I know somebody probably like, oh man, I wanted to see it. That wasn't gonna be fun, man. That was not gonna be fun. Maybe funny, but I don't know. Hey, maybe next time. Maybe next time, baby. Shoot. That was about to go all bad, I can already tell. Holy crap, sir. Can't keep up. Uh-oh. Yo, really? We ain't got time for that. Really? Really? That's what we doing? That's how we getting down? Hey, what just happened? I got turned around? Oh, I just got cheated. That's what just happened. Oh my goodness. What the fuck was that? Really? So I was getting blazed on the druid. They knew I was gonna do too dang good on the warrior, and I just got straight played. What the fuck was that, man? I ain't got no dang potions on this lady either. I just realized that. I ain't got no potions, bro. What sword she got? Is the one from fucking... What's that dungeon? What's the dungeon? Dire Maul? Who you trying to yam me? Oh, okay. Okay. I'm about that ice you getting smacked on. Who the fuck who was the mage that killed me, man? There's like 5 of these dang fools. I need that back. I got cheated. I couldn't do nothing. She was just standing there. I couldn't cast. None of my abilities were working. And then this fool just started running like it was nothing. I thought I was lagging, but apparently I wasn't. She just decided that she didn't want to swing anymore. I don't know what that was. I never seen that before. I just got straight played there, dude. Oh man, I'm about to switch. I don't even think we need misplaced Sorbo arms right now. I'm gonna go boom bam, classic right there. Straight classic. That's an old school combination right there. That combo is one of the greatest of all times. I'm in the wrong crap. Hey, I done hit. I about to say I hit hers like 15 times. Guess it was a good thing. Man, this dagger is stupid. This dagger is so busted. I see why they took this dang dagger away from us. Blizzard was like, let's get that thing out of the dang game. Because it was still great all the way up until when they took it out, which I think was Warlords of Draenor. I just wasted... Where you going? I wasted the crap out of that, wasn't I? Luckily, we still had it. I'll be forgetting that because of the way my characters is dressed. People be wanting me to fight up close. I know y'all not sneaky. Okay. I know what y'all be asking. Okay. I know why. Y'all ain't sneaky. I need some potions though. If I would have had potions, I might have been. Ooh, I might have been able to get away from that. I need lumber mill. I need lumber mill as my own. Who's gonna go away? If I kill these two, I don't know how easy that's gonna be. Okay, never mind. Purge all you want, sir. I'm out here. So don't start lagging up on me again now. Just like a mage would do, coming up in the fight late. Give me that. Oh. Got me with that one. You got me with that one, brother. Now you're gonna have to get a little closer than that. If you want the rest of this work, you're gonna have to get close. Resist? Wow. Okay. Horse. I just messed that up a little bit. There we go. I love warriors, man. I love warriors, man. I mean, we may as well just sit here and get kills. This is gonna be it. We gonna lose. They got me working right now, fighting against all these fucking mages, shamans. My hands are starting to hurt. My hands ain't been this active. Midsummer has. Oh, that's me. I'm gonna say what? I'm gonna say how? Uh-oh. There's been a breach in my local server some dang how. I don't think that's possible. The server is 100% local. I have not in any way, shape, or form made it online, nor will I. I ain't running a private server. Shoot, boy. How much work that is? Number one. Number two, you know how much money that costs? Money I ain't got. Gotta pay people to manage crap and stuff like that. I ain't got that on me. Feel me? Would I ever? Probably not. That's a lot of work. I don't mind playing, but being the boss, we'll leave that to Blizzard. They got a whole giant company for that exact reason. Uh-oh. Boy, this rogue is hitting. This rogue is hitting, and I've been stunned for 17 years. Oh, I can't get the fuck away because this dang crippling poison has got me stuck. Okay, maybe we should stop goofing around and put those misplaced servo arms back now. That rogue's hitting hard as fuck, boy. That's the first time I done put at low health by a rogue in a long time, boy. Probably still following me, but we gotta stop and eat at some point. Oh, Stopping at blacksmith. What's the deal with that though? I can't get no dang backup up here out here. I'm by my dang self. They all sitting over here at a farm. I'm just. I'm about to say I'm just killing, but I'm pretty sure I'm just dead. Dodge. Yeah. Well, folks, made it far. These rogues are strong as fuck. And I'm just baking and fucking what's the name? Ay ay ay. I was just sitting in berserker stance the whole dang time too, just absorbing all that extra damage. I ain't even nothing I can say on that one. That was a dumb move on my part. I ain't got no potions, man. I should have potions, dude. I got none. I got none, bruh. He's a dog! Go off me. Yeah, we should keep these misplaced servo arms. Probably would have been able to kill that dang rogue. Speaking of that dang rogue. Yeah, we back on it, baby. I'm hitting abilities and they not working. I don't know if y'all seen what the fuck I'm seeing. I done hit like 17 abilities and something and nothing happened. And then I get blinded and stolen any dang way, man. This might be my most catastrophic loss yet. We're not gonna win this one. It's not even possible. They just sitting here in blacksmith. Like I'm playing a real game right now. Bunch of people quitting and giving up instead of continuing to try to win. That's what this feels like. This feels like a war main BG. Instead of continuing and trying to fight, they just giving up. That's what this feels like. that was one of the main reasons I stopped playing war main. Too many quitters. Too many quitters, too many grave sitters. And too many people complain about how they're the greatest thing to ever grace Warcraft while being 0 and 5. Then complaining to you about how you're trash, even though you're going, you know, 20 and 1 as a rogue and a losing BG. Right? And then you look up again, they're going 0 and 7. You know? Now you're going like 22 and 1. And they're still complaining to you about how you're straight garbage and that you're no good contribution to the team. You look at their score and they're going 0 and 10 now. You're still going 22 and 1, you know? Definitely not speaking from experience. You know? You ever wonder, why doesn't he play private servers anymore? There's a multitude of reasons. And they always string down to the super player who's going 0 and 10. He's the greatest arena player in TVC. He was the first to get the wrathful mounts and all that bull crap, but yet you look at his score, what is he doing? Oh my goodness. Really? Talk about getting played, huh? What kind of fucking charge was that? That might have been the longest charge I've ever seen in all of my years of playing this dang game. I jumped for a reason. I expected her to charge downward, not around the whole block and through the corner score and all that extra crap. Where you at, man? Where does fool go? Nothing? Alright, I'm out of here then. I was wondering if you're gonna hit the flag or whatnot. Yeah, there's a multitude of reasons, you know? And the problem is, it's not the person complaining. I don't give a crap about the person complaining. I give a crap about what they're doing, and what they're doing is sitting there nothing and doing nothing, which is causing us to lose. Now, as a rogue, that's not too bad because you can still run around and get your kills in. But at the same time, 90% of the time, you cannot run around and get your kills in. Oh, shoot. You know what I'm saying? problem is, when you get in games with people like that, it denies you the ability to pull anything off, because now the enemy team has all the fresh leeway they need to run around and do whatever it may be to secure a... Oh my goodness, this dang rogue, man. I have to hop on a fucking rogue after this guy, dog. You know, the enemy team has all the free will and leeway they could do to just run around and crush your team as they want. And you know, as a rogue, you can get kills, but 90% of the time when that's happening and your team is just getting fucking stomped on, you're just sitting back watching. That crap is boring as fuck. There's a million war main videos y'all never got to see because that's what the BGs were. My team getting stomped out. I can't find nobody to sneak up on because the Horde are just sitting in large groups together. They're not breaking up. Or Horde or Alliance, depends on what team they force you onto. You know what I'm saying? And they not breaking up because they don't need to break up, because your team is sitting in the graveyards typing about how they were the greatest player of arena player TBC had ever seen. Well, it's like, guess what, sir? This is not TBC, and this also is not arena. This is a BG. Things work a lot differently here. You suck. In this world, you might be the most amazing arena player TBC had ever seen, but guess what? This ain't TBC, and this ain't arena. This is a BG, and you're not pulling your weight. Your arena record means nothing in Warsong Gulch, Wrathy, or Alterac, whatever it may be. And the problem is, I was getting a lot of that. Like I said, it's not Warmain. There's nothing wrong with Warmain. Warmain is one of the cleanest servers I've ever been on. It's the PvP. It's just yikes. Now, I was told not too recently it's a lot better. Which one of these days maybe I'll hop on over there and try. But this is the reason why when you do finally see me PvP after some time, it is more than likely going to be Retail Classic, which is why I'm leveling up that Warlock. Or Ascension, because Ascension is a heavily populated server, so your chances of getting with complainers is a lot less common. Now, don't get me wrong, obviously Molten WoW, not Molten WoW, that's old as fuck. Obviously Warmain is a heavily populated server, but a lot of the times when I was doing BGs, I kept seeing the same faces over and over quite often. Which was like basically a factor of letting me know, okay, this is why is mostly Horde. This is why we can't get a dang win out here. The amount, one of the main reasons why I did so much trash talking back in the day when I played on that one private server, that one vanilla private server I used to play on. I used to trash talk people a lot on that server because people were just, they didn't think. They was just doing stuff. It's like, how the fuck you in a full set of T3 and you just doing crap? You're not even thinking. We over here just zerging flags, running past flags, and you're in full T3. What the fuck are you token farming for? Now, don't get me wrong. PvP gear is great. That's what she's wearing. Because I didn't feel like going best in slot, and PvP is easily the next best thing. If you don't feel like going full best in slot gear for your character. You know what I'm saying? But why in the world, as somebody in a full set of T3, are you zerging a game of a Wrathy for tokens when that gear is not, when the PvP gear is not nearly as good as T3? You know what I'm saying? Unless you're playing a character who you want to also play as a DPS caster, there is no reason why as a warrior, as a rogue, or anybody with a high damage T3 set should be over here zerging for tokens when you are in full T3 as your main spec character. So if you're on a rogue, a hunter, that's your main spec stuff. I can see that if you're on a warrior, but the problem is I would see warriors in best in slot, paladins in best in slot, top-notch healers, all kinds of stuff. All these people in full sets of T3 while I'm over here in some dungeon blues, and I'm the only person playing the game properly. And then I got people talking about, oh, if you don't stop doing this, and then I'm gonna mute you. I'm like, well, you should, because you're playing the game like a fucking moron, and if you think your little gear is gonna stop me from calling you out, you got, y'all, you about to feel the hurt real soon. Don't let me get some gear, and that's exactly what happened. I got gear. I'm over here punishing people. You know, it's like, you know, I understand it when people see me doing the single player project. They're like, oh man, he's not a real PvPer. Whether you wish to believe it or not, your boy has been doing PvP for over a decade. And a lot of these private servers are just the dang same, man. Everybody is playing the Zerg, playing for big glorious names on a dang private server. That's the problem. That's the one thing a lot of people like to ignore when it comes to private servers. A lot of people, a healthy amount of people play for glory and big titles and big names to be well known on the server. My problem is, as a long-time PvPer and as someone who mostly plays for the win, even when I don't, because after all, I am playing a rogue, and if you're playing a rogue, you're definitely not playing for the win, you're playing for kills. But even then, I don't like the unnecessary losses because people don't want to play the game properly. They want to play so they could be well known on the server. Look at me, I'm the best Shadow Priest. Don't nobody give a crap about that. What I give a crap about is how good of an actual player you are, and if you're focused on the attempt to win. Whether you can or can't, the attempt to win to me is better than being sitting in the graveyard and acting like you were the greatest thing that Wrath Lich King ever saw on a vanilla private server. It's like, what the fuck what is your Wrath Lich King title from 17 million years ago got to do with this current moment on this vanilla private server? Wrath Lich King and vanilla are two very different worlds of PvP. You can be amazing at Wrath Lich King, hop on a vanilla server and be like, wow, everything is so dang slow. That's exactly what happened to me when I first got back to doing vanilla PvP. Them fools is grouped up too much. When I got back to vanilla PvP, I was astounded. I'm like, wow, I do not remember vanilla being this slow pace and this calculated, but it is. That's where Wrath Lich King is very calculated. Don't get me wrong, Wrath Lich King is very calculated, but it's way more higher pace. If you have really good gear, you're more than likely going to be able to clobber most people you get in contact with. I would know, because I mean, all that dang Wrath Lich King classic PvP I was uploading, I was being rambunctious as fuck. I was pulling up on anybody and everybody, but just because I had the gear to do so. You know what I'm saying? I was pulling up on warriors, paladins. I mean, you could go back and check out any of those videos. Same with Cataclysm Classic. I was doing the same thing, and I was under geared in that. I was still pulling up on whoever I wanted, just because I understand that Cataclysm and Wrath Lich King are about the berserk and the speed. Yes, it is very calculated, but it is also, if you know what you're doing and you know how to overwhelm somebody quickly, you'll win the fight fast as fuck. Here we are, a Night Elf Rogue under geared, still putting a hurt on people. You know what I'm saying? So I knew what Wrath Lich King and Cataclysm was gonna be like, so that was no problem. But when I got back to doing vanilla, holy crap, I felt rusty as fuck. I felt like a complete noob. But if you count back to the time where I was uploading nothing but vanilla PvP on that old private server I used to play, I mean, you see how my character is dressed now. This is transmog. My character is actually dressed in full PvP gear. On that vanilla server, there was no transmog. So when you saw me running around with my character fucking half naked, like right now you see she's wearing glorious pieces. It's not actually glorious pieces. It is martial, just transmog to look like glorious. He is wearing full martial. On that server that I used to play, there was no transmog. You saw my character running around, my warrior running around in Dreadnought, mostly Dreadnought with the fire main legs and the warrior's chest plate, which is something very similar to this. That was for real. That wasn't no secret hidden transmog to make my character look clean. That was for real. But it was the same old thing with that server as well. Well, outside of the fact that I got banned for no dang reason. I was making too much gold and not donating. They ain't like that. Hey, what can I say? I'm good at making gold, you know? When I actually give a crap to do it, I'm very good at making gold. They didn't like that. It's like, this fool's getting thousands of gold each week and not donating. Ban him. We'll act like he was cheating when they know dang well I wasn't. But yeah, that was for real. The problem is, there's so many videos y'all didn't see from those times because the amount of complaining people would do. I'm sitting here trying to get a fight, but I can't because Horde or Alliance ain't breaking up because they don't have to, because the opposing team is sitting around doing absolutely nothing. but crying in the chat the whole time about how they were the greatest arena player Cataclysm had ever seen, while on a TBC server. It's like, what are you talking about? And then there's the other cases where a lot of servers just end up dead. Once Classic dropped, a lot of servers died. Some servers made really stupid choices. Like I used to play on a server called Smolder Forge. That was one of the best TBC servers you could get your hands on. Well, these fools thought it would be a good idea to make a bunch of custom legendaries that you could pay for, which turned the server into a pay-to-win more vicious than it already was in the first place. So that server fell off heavily. I remember hopping back on there like 7 years ago just to see if it was still alive. Man, it was like 20 people playing on that joint, and those were probably the people who bought stuff. 28, if I'm remembering correctly. Those 28 people playing total. I would imagine that it's probably around the same or less today, just because you turn the server into a pay-to-win mess. There was a vanilla server that I used to play on back in the day that was amazing. That was not Paradox. It was Phoenix WoW. It was one of the best vanilla servers. It was filled to the brim with a bunch of dang high acidity losers who thought they were something amazing. But if you got past those fools, which a lot of them were easy kills, if you got past them fools, that was one of the best vanilla servers of its time. They released a message say, hey, do you guys want to move up to TBC? People were like, no, this is the best vanilla server, keep it vanilla. What did they do? They moved it up to TBC. What happened? The server failed. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot of those. You put mad hours into these servers, all these other joints, and they just vanish. The reason why you see so much single player projects, so much classic, and so much retail, because I know unless I make a mistake and somehow accidentally delete all my dang folders, which I don't see how that could happen, this ain't going anywhere. Retail, unless it fully falls off, which probably ain't gonna happen no time soon because you got fiends like me who always come back. You know what I'm saying? Retail ain't going nowhere. Classic, same thing as retail. It's not going nowhere. But this is the reason why you see those three. So, you know, I get the people who are like, oh man, why don't you just play on this private server? Probably because it's not stable enough. A lot of servers aren't stable. The reason why you do see extension is because it's so dang different and it's so heavily grounded that most likely it's not going anywhere. If I do hop on any server for any form of PvP, maybe Warmain. Warmain is very stable and I know most likely is not going anywhere. My problem, like I said earlier, was just the people in the PvP. Too many quitters, too many people sitting in the grave, too many people bragging about a record nobody gives a crap about. You know what I'm saying? I can't be impressed by your super duper arena score when you're going 0-10 while I'm going 22-1. You feel what I'm saying? I just can't be impressed by that. I can't be impressed by your record while I'm going, you know, 15-4 on a paladin while we're getting mud stumped. But yet somehow I'm still going 15-4. You feel what I'm saying? I can't be impressed by that. You feel what I'm saying? So that's the biggest reasons. A lot of these servers ain't stable, and the people, it's like PvP is not typing in the chat unless you're saying, hey, lumber mill's about to be attacked, or hey, they're camping in their flag room. That's the only thing I want to see when it comes to PvP chat, not you bragging about your arena record that ain't doing nothing for you while you're going 0-10. That is the honest truth. I've had that over all these years. Whether you wish to believe it or not, over all these years, your boy has been a solid PvPer forever now. Okay, since like late TBC, when I was old enough, I was about 11, I finally started understanding things just a little bit better. I've seen it a trillion times since Arena became a thing. Oh, my record is this in Arena and that, so you should be listening to me while this fool is going negative. And I'm going very well positive. You feel what I'm saying? I mean, all you gotta do is go back to the older videos. You'll see all the live PvP stuff. I titled it for every video. Every video is properly titled. Single player project will always have SPP or single player project in the title. Warmain will always have Warmain in the title. Super old stuff, that was before I started doing that. But anything like 2018, 2019, 2020 should be back when I was on the vanilla private server. Anything retail is obviously going to have the retail name, so Warlords of Draenor, Legion, Battle for Azeroth, Shadowlands, stuff like that. All my stuff is titled appropriately to what it is I'm doing. So if you ever wanted to know, you know, just head on over to the channel and, you know, you'll see a bunch of stuff. Also, check out the new merch that was made. It's real swaggy. You're gonna like it. With that being said, this was, I've been talking for a long time. I'm out.